Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet. So hello from the other side. At least I can say that I've tried. It don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Welcome on in, everybody, here to the Pregame Blitz at Auburn Undercover. Nathan King, joined here with Jason Caldwell, inside of Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma, checking off another SEC stadium from our list as number 22 Auburn gets set to tussle with number 11 Oklahoma, 2:30 Central Time on ABC. Jason, really interesting stadium, really excited to see what this environment looks like. Of course, first time here for most people because Auburn has never played Oklahoma on the road before, and it's all eyes are going to be on Jackson Arnold in this game, even more so than would be on an opposing quarterback in an SEC road game. And you and I have been talking about it all week. Look, Brent Venables knows about Jackson Arnold. It's not apples to apples, of course, because the player continues to develop, but he's a good defensive coach. He's going to throw a lot of things at him, and Auburn staying ahead of the chains and really just Jackson Arnold playing within himself is going to be a massive key to this game this afternoon.
Yeah, and the same thing holds true on the other side. Jackson Arnold knows Brent Venables, and he practiced against that defense. He's seen it a lot, and so you'll see some changes. Early on, which team can fill out the other one the best will be a big deal. Auburn needs to get off to a good start. Obviously on the road here, it's going to be a great environment. Folks will be fired up. Even if it wasn't Jackson Arnold, this is a very storied program, and now they're feeling like, oh, we got a chance to be back again this season. So they're going to be excited. Big crowd outside early on. So I think early on, can you run the football? Can you get into the game without letting this Oklahoma crowd go crazy? I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, staying ahead of the chains. Look, Auburn has done a really good job so far this season of early down decision making, Jackson Arnold's legs. We talked about it on the Thursday show. Like, that is the basis for the best version of this Auburn offense, is when Jackson Arnold's feeling comfortable pulling the ball. And you're going to be able to get there if you can complete those RPO passes and if you have a good running game. Jeremiah Cobb has been really, really good against some bad defenses, but he's looked great so far early this season. You get Damari Alston back, and I think that's no small thing because we saw what both of those guys looked like when they were fresh against Baylor, 16 carries apiece in this game. Eric Singleton is healthy. Really the only injury question marks, Jason, both Amaris Williams and Jay Crawford got upgraded to questionable, and so we would expect both of those guys to be here today. Jay Crawford is the one that I think deserves a little bit more attention. If he's able to go, could be good, but regardless, this Auburn secondary is going to need to step up against a really good quarterback.
No, I agree. You're right. How much can Jay Crawford get there on the field? Obviously, Rayshawn Pleasant, Rayon Strader will be really important. How much do we see a guy like Blake Woodby as a freshman today? Going to be really big. You're right about Auburn running the football, and a lot of that will depend on what Oklahoma does. Auburn, for the first 3 weeks, has seen defenses go, hey, we're not going to get beat deep. We're going to allow the soft stuff. We're going to play a little softer up front. Oklahoma may change it up completely. Now, Brent Venables has always been a guy that said, look, we're not going to give up the big play. But you're going to have some opportunities, I think, today if you're Auburn. I think Oklahoma says, look, hey, we're going to stop the run. We're going to make you beat us throwing the football. So I think they try to take away the quarterback run. I think then the RPO pass becomes really important. So to me, Eric Singleton, Malcolm Simmons, Brandon Frazier become three really important guys today, in my opinion.
Yeah, Singleton being healthy is no small thing as well. I think just because of the attention he's demanded from defenses early this season, the eye candy they run with him, and those little toss sweeps have been really, really good. Yeah, on the other side, with a guy like John Mateer, you talked about it this week as a really big matchup. He is the basis of their offense as well. So many of their plays just run through him. Quarterback runs. You're going to see him at the end of this game with 15 some odd rushing attempts, most likely. And so it's a lot like what Vanderbilt does with Diego Pavia. And it's a big game for this Auburn defensive front. Guys like Keldrick Falk, guys like Kieran Crawford, who's obviously had a phenomenal start, guys like Xavier Atkins coming up and trying to make plays, especially if Oklahoma's offensive line maybe has their guys, but maybe they're not 100%. Auburn, if they have a good game along that defensive line, it's going to be really, really important to try to slow down John Mateer.
Yeah, I think one of the things to look at too is those young defensive linemen staying in rush lanes, not getting out of position, because that's where John Mateer can really beat you. So can you stay in the rush lane? Can you be where you're supposed to be? Do your assignment. Same thing for Xavier Atkins and some of these young linebackers. We know they're talented, athletic, but can you can you stay in the right position and do the right things? That's going to be really key.
We'll try to get out here before the Auburn band starts playing as players come on the field. But Jason, I think just the offensive decision making and really the overall decision making, we've seen good play calls from Hugh Freeze early this season, but now the test gets much bigger. Avoiding turnovers, I think staying aggressive on fourth down, getting ahead of the chains, those little things you've done well so far. Got to keep holding on to those pillars in this game because it's going to be a lot more difficult against a really talented defense.
Absolutely. Take care of business, patience, protect the football.
Yep.
I think if you do those things, you get to the fourth quarter, you got a chance to win the game. I think that's the key for Auburn. You're right. Can you stay patient, do the things you're supposed to do, tackle well, but just take care of the football. You do that, then you're going to have a shot.
Should be a good one today. Auburn looking for its first top 15 road win since 2014. They actually beat Hugh Freeze and Ole Miss in that Laquan Treadwell game there in Oxford. And so should be a good one today. Really, really looking forward to it. For Jason Caldwell, I am Nathan King. Keep it locked over at auburnundercover.com throughout the game, heading into Sunday and early next week as we see what happens today here in Norman. And we'll talk to you guys later.